everybody, to make clear for everyone, the hand-in link for the as part of the interim submission, you must include a link to your GitHub account. So please don't forget to do that. We'd forgotten to include that in the instructions. It was there in the Google Classroom. Most people got it, not everyone got it. We've extended the submission time. There's a message in broadcast. It's now up to date. So please do that. But it's great to see so many people submitted, and we're looking forward to starting to mark that. In terms of feedback, it'll be the interim submission, as we said, is worth 15 points. For the majority of people, it'll be a straight grade. The rubric is there. I believe that you can access the rubric and you can get feedback, brief feedback through there. If you have any more detailed questions, you can ask Sebastian or Jean for direction. The final submission, as everyone knows, is due Saturday, 8 p.m. Rwanda, 6 p.m. Ghana, 7 p.m. Nigeria, 9 p.m. Kenya and Ethiopia. There were some questions on Slack last night about the hand-in time. So keep in mind that we do have the 1 hour grace period, and that's only meant for dealing with somebody's internet drops, somebody's generator dies, whatever it is. So we don't want to penalize people for being 1 minute late. So the Google Classroom has the 1 hour grace period built in. Please be aware of the late penalties. I've seen that nobody's submitted late so far, which is super. So a reminder on those people who DAPRE is reaching out to for your profiles and CV. So we will be asking more and more people to provide those, but for this week we'll be working with DAPRE, will be working with a subset of learners, and she's also posted in, I believe, the broadcast channel, the requirements for photos. So we're not asking anyone to go to a professional photographer. We think with most of the cameras that you have now, you can take a really good photo. Please get a friend to do it for you, wear something decent, get a light colored background, and have a photo that you'd be, have a photo which reflects who you are and it just looks professional. So clean background, wear something decent, nice lighting, nothing fancy required, but do put a bit of time into it. In terms of next week, so Yevabel has just joined. You guys are all going to have a super time next week with some really interesting statistics in the week 3 challenge. So everyone can look forward to that. That'll be announced, hopefully to the surprise of nobody, on Sunday. And it'll be the same procedure as last week, announced on Sunday, due the next Saturday, so people have the majority of Sunday free. And the last point that I wanted to make before I'll see if anyone else on the team wants to add something. So you've seen messages from Prosper that there have been a number of people who have been saying goodbye. And so that's a reflection of a couple of things. I think the workload that we're asking, we tried to be clear in our communication at the outset that we are asking for people to be available full-time. We do recognize that people's laptops and data access remains a challenge. But what we're seeing is that the majority of people who are asking to defer, I don't think we've had anyone who says they just want to leave. Most people are asking if they can come back for a future edition of training. It's in the most, I think in all cases, people have said they just don't have enough time to keep up. That might also be a reflection of prerequisite knowledge. So we recognize that. It's also a something that we're keeping a close eye on. We'll be interviewing people who have asked to leave to try and understand what we could have done better and what can change. But we recognize that there are some people who are leaving, and just wanted to make that statement that the majority of people are saying that it's a question of time, and they don't feel that they're able to put enough time into the program. And that's the understanding that we have for why people are taking a step back. So that's all from my side. Yevabel?
No, I think just want to hear how people are doing and with the challenge. So yeah, nothing from my side.
Anyone else from the team who wants to say something? Otherwise, let's get ready. Whoever wants to speak, please, people who have not spoken, we do want to hear from everyone once a week. It's just a chance to share what you're doing. And we heard on Monday that a lot of people shared that their challenges, or some of the challenges that they were facing, helped other learners. So we do want to build a community, a supportive community. So even if your update is, man, that was hard, I think that could be useful to the rest of the community. So please, new people, put your name in the chat window and then we'll call on you. And in the meantime, if there's anyone from the team, Prosper, I see Prosper here. I don't know who else is here from the team. if you have any updates, please go ahead.
All right. So thank you, Arun. And how is everyone doing? Well, I'll just say that we are making progress, and I've had some of my students or learners reach out to me on how to get some resources, and I've been really glad to guide them to where they can get that app. So I just would encourage you to keep up the pace, and like we are doing, if you need to get some resources on time, just reach out to us on time so we can get that for you. But for now, I'm just hopeful that we are making progress. That's all I have.
Sebastian, any updates?
I don't have any updates from my side.
Okay. All right. So first person who signed up is Lowell. So Lowell, please go ahead.
Okay. All right. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everyone. Yeah. So I would like to talk about the submission deadline we had to meet yesterday. Well, as usual, it was pretty intense at the close to the deadline, which was why I have on the group page whether there is one hour extension. I didn't know perhaps because I wasn't able to attend the stand up for yesterday. Maybe it was announced there. So well, what I was able to learn yesterday, I've been learning it, but then it came in very handy yesterday, was that you have to be able to like collate the 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 knowledge you're able to derive from so many resources, because I saw some Medium file talking about how to explore data, bring out insights from it, some like several references. So now I have to know I have to have a good knowledge of what I'm trying to achieve, because my data sets wasn't the same as the one in those posts. So I have to have a good knowledge of what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, I want to know the relationship between the total data that the user used and the total data that was used for social media. So now I want to know the correlation between them. Is it high? Is it low? So then I have to understand my data set very well and know what I want to do before I can now extrapolate what they did in those articles to achieve the same result. So it was really insightful, and I hope I get to do more of it within the next 3 tasks, which I hopefully will be starting today, so that I can meet up with the Saturday deadline. So I think that's just about it for me.
I just wanted one clarification. There was no 1 hour extension. There is a 1 hour grace period in case someone had an internet outage. There was no 1 hour extension. Just
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
There's a 1 hour grace period. It was implicitly written in the instructions. Now, if somebody submits 59 minutes late, it's considered the same. So take that how you want to take it.
Okay, all right, yeah. Thank you.
I think while someone else is also coming, like just to offer, I think you should write your name. But I want to say you also sometimes you are a data scientist, and there's definitely stress, and you want to probably complete everything, and you will be happy if everything is done. But sometimes when it's about realizing also how much you can do, and recognizing your style and kind of focusing, okay, if I can't finish, but I will do this and that, and actually just selecting what suits you. So it's really, don't, like, some people, you sometimes just know yourself and kind of optimize such that you get ultimately, like, kind of do the best you can. And otherwise, just don't get too much into this kind of like, okay, I want to finish everything sometimes, because you may be a type of person sometimes who really just optimizes in a certain way. So I would say it's very advised and really encouraged that you attempt and submit, but at the same time, it's also just make sure that you optimize as well, your time very well. So it's just, I mean, it's probably not a non-standard advice, but that would be something that I would do sometimes when I have a lot of work. It's about prioritizing and say like, okay, I'm gonna do this and stuff like that. So this is more personal touch.
Yeah, you have about suggesting that people don't do the work, which is great advice, right? Obviously, you get as much done as possible, but there's a fixed deadline. So instead of killing yourself and being totally stressed, get as much done as you can possibly get done. And I would just encourage everyone, building on what he is saying, have a look at the final submission. It's more open-ended. There are the 4 tasks there, but it is more open-ended. So keep in mind, your employer wants to know, should he or she buy the company based on the data. Somebody could spend 4 months doing the analysis. You only have a week, so do as much as you can get done in the week. All right, who's up next? Binyam, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Binyam.
Yeah, it's pronounced as Binyam.
Binyam. Okay, please go ahead.
So good morning, guys. I want answers from Prosper or Yabebal for my question. As you know, we just joined yesterday afternoon. We got the orientation at noon. You guys were there. And like we didn't know where to start. And after like 2 or 3 hours, we started working on the challenge. We tried to build the we tried to make slides for the entry, but we couldn't get enough time, and most of us struggled to even understand the questions. We reached out to other learners. They were of a great help, by the way. Thank you, guys. But we couldn't submit on time. I personally submitted just the Jupyter notebook that I have managed to do. I couldn't get enough time to do the slides. So the deadline passed. I just submitted the notebook and I went to bed, but then I got disappointed with myself. I woke up and started working on it again. I managed to do the slides and almost all of the Jupyter notebook stuff, but I think you should give us another chance to submit our work because of the situation. I submitted something on the deadline and I put a private comment why I couldn't get the slides done. But now all you need from us is the effort, right? So I think you should give us another chance to submit, and I think you should evaluate our works based on that. What do you think?
Yabi, will you take that?
Yeah, no, I think I would say like it's good. I think this is the demonstration. Exactly that part is, I would say, that's great. And I'm not to that extent obsessed about grades. I think it just shows that's exactly where I'm advising everyone. Submit what you have. And then your score will reflect, like, your effort will reflect. And I'm very sure that your score or whatever thing you think will reflect one or another there. So, but I don't want to go into that like extensions and blasts. And I would say like, great, yeah, you had definitely you started late, but it's okay. You submitted whatever you managed. And at this point, it would be in our advantage, like at the whole system to be just more uniformized, to not try to get into details of like that. But I think that's all that is needed, is that you did it, and great. And I would feel like the contribution of that to your entire performance will be negligible, and at least for now. So I don't see any special cases to use to handle. But I think congratulations for really doing that. I think I'm encouraging everyone, just do submit, because submit doesn't mean anything. It's just a communication sometimes. So try to get it, try to optimize before. You didn't manage, but submit what you have. And good that you explain to us, like in when you submit. That's it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think I do agree with you. And then for those that reached out to me on that, that was my suggestion to them, that it's better you submit something that you tried rather than not submit at all. And like you rightly said, it's about communication. So Biniam, like this morning, you had to rework it out. That shows some level of willingness to learn and being able to understand the challenge that you're giving, not just for the grades, but you went back to doing it. So even if today's assessment doesn't reflect what you want, we have a couple of weeks to go. So count on those, and hopefully you'll be able to catch up on the lost time. But we hope to make it up for you all.
All right, Ken Baya.
Hi.
Hi, Ken.
So what I did yesterday was the first task, but I wasn't able to plot all the graphs because that's the only block I have actually. It's just for the graphical part. I'm going to try use Tableau to draw the graphs because the graphs are my weak spot. So today what I plan to do is do the task 2 and complete it. Yeah. And also try just learn how to use Tableau.
Great. Hey, I'm so happy to hear. So, I mean, we talk about completeness. It's great to see that people are struggling. People are working through. They're learning out how to pick up different aspects that are part of the toolkit. So, I mean, leave aside leaderboard, grades, all of this stuff. This is great. We have 27 people here, and people are learning how to pick up real skills that are relevant to the world. This is super. We're doing our work. You guys are doing your work. This is exactly what we want. So, I'm really happy to hear.
So just to again compliment, I think the leaderboard definitely will reflect your effort. Like we are designing it almost always, of course, and we really take serious about it in a sense that it should reflect exactly that. And then usually it does because of different, it's not just one simple weight, but an effort. It tries to get the weights from across your activities, and usually the active people and the people who work hard is really there. And then there's really, you will see it's just there's no like, if two people work hard in different ways, one is using now like learning about Tableau and stuff because they understood they have some weak point here and therefore they complement, you really see it will reflect one way or another. So I think all we will ensure that it does, and it's kind of like the whole point, the leaderboard, whatever, is just to make sure that we find people who are work ready, right? It's not about putting a label to one person 1 and 2, but it's about like to evaluating someone. Are they job ready? Are they taking it serious? And that should reflect, and we will ensure in that one. So it's just a statement.
Quick one. One you asked a question. She's
So,
asking, was the progress monitor sheet only for use last week?
So maybe we can take that up at the end. Let's see who else wants to make a contribution, and when we will answer the question before the end of the stand-up. So anyone else want to go? We're looking for people from, I know if we go country by country, there's only one Rwandan left, so I don't know if we want to do that. Looking for 2 to 3 more people to make, to just share how they're doing. So yeah, 2 to 3 more people, please. Ayabila?
Hello. So yes, I found this challenge interesting, and to me, it seems like it's easy, but then I found myself struggling to do it, and then I think I haven't been thinking the right way. So I just decided to walk away from my laptop last night, and then come back to it this morning, and I can see that I'm not thinking the right way. So I hope to um, fill in the blanks I left yesterday and hopefully get to complete task 2 today. So yes, it's going on well, and then we appreciate all the effort, like all the things you guys are doing for us. So let's keep up the good work.
So I think I'm really glad to hear this idea of taking a step away and going for a walk or however you choose to chill. That's also good. Speaking for me personally, I am not productive if I try and sit in front of the laptop 24 hours a day. There is this 996 philosophy. So if you guys want to have a look at the 996 philosophy, you can Google it and see what they try and do in different parts of the world. But notably, that's the Chinese, Jack Ma has put that together. Jeanette?
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yesterday, I managed to submit all what I have done. Fortunately, managed to do all the points of task 1. Today I will continue with task 2, but the blocker data plate, the graphical data, I have some difficulty this week, will help me to get much understanding about continue with task 2. Maybe by Saturday I will be done with the challenge. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeanette. So one request to everybody: ask for help, and you can ask Sebastian, you can ask Jean, you can ask other people, Mustafa, Yababel. If there are certain blockers that you have, do ask for help, and we can probably unblock them or help you unblock them faster than you realize. So don't hesitate. Any last person want to make a contribution? We've had mostly men speak. Maybe we can have one of the lady contributors, one of the ladies from the group. And then we'll answer Wamuya's question. One of our female members. Wamuya, do you want to make a contribution?
Yes, I will. So yesterday's contribution, I personally have enjoyed this week's challenge. It was much easier to read through, and also there was something, the communication, the activity guideline is very well arranged. Like, since you guys brought on the calendar on the site, it's very easy to find the links to everywhere. So that's really positive. So I've enjoyed this week's challenge. I'm still working on it. Yesterday, thankfully, when I saw that the task due hour was 1 hour after another hour I knew, I had just lost my slides, so I had to start working again. So that 1 hour due was really good. Like, I put together something. And yeah, I've enjoyed working on it. Looking forward to today. Looking forward to working on task 2 because I'm more or less done with 1. So yeah, looking forward to task 2. Enjoying the collaboration. Yeah.
All right, great. So there's a question on the progress monitor sheet. Yababel?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be for each of the weeks, as I said last time as well. So I'm duplicating it now so that you can actually monitor yours. So it's going to be the same format. It will be just week 2, week 3. So it's kind of at the moment. So there are 2 sheets. That one is like you can just replace every time if you want. Like, so it's just called progress check. And the other one is just like you can state the kind of your goals on Monday, Tuesday, whatever, and you kind of monitor for yourself, like that one. So you can. It's already just the progress check. You can just replace it every day, every time. Like, so it's going to be 1, like, and then the other one would be just per week. So I will just update it now, but it should be for all the time. And actually, I will then defer it to Prosper probably to just, or some others to maintain it, such that it is kind of duplicated on time.
Great. Any last contributions before we wrap up on time? No? All right. Well, hope everyone is looking forward to a good week. Please, I think one of the kind of common threads that we've started to see this week is that you're effective when you take care of yourself and take care of each other. So please don't forget to take a break, take a walk, go for a run, watch a movie, tell a joke, do what you need to do, but stay healthy. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.